So what is Capu Company? Capu Company is a game that's exactly like Gorilla Tag, except there's a twist. It's been modified to where monsters try to chase you and everything, like every other Gorilla Tag horror fan game. Except this one seems to have some lore behind it. I know this is the first video I've done on this type of lore and stuff. I'm just gonna make it anyway. So let's start on the first thing a person would notice when they join the game. So it's really dark. It's almost like it's a never-ending nighttime. This makes me want to believe that there's two different options. Either one, this isn't real, or two, there is some otherworldly power involved. But without jumping to conclusions, let's actually look at the other clues. So the first thing you see when you walk out of Slump into Forest is obviously the two different monsters. They look exactly like the Gorilla Tag Gorilla, except it's really glitchy and they're very large. But now let's explore a different map and take a look at City. At first glance it looks exactly the same, but as you keep looking, it's almost completely different. Near the entrance it's the same, but the further back you go you can see that the developers added a lot of stuff like cozy hangout spots and some other interesting stuff. The store looks like it's really old and has been abandoned, but that's still not the most interesting thing I see. At the back window, you can see a large skull that looks like it's biting the whole map. I don't know if this means anything, but there seems to be a large quantity of these around the maps. But that is still not the most interesting thing we see there. And if you wait long enough, a gorilla will spawn looking in the mirror. Well, it's not really looking in the mirror, it's always looking at you, but it's by the mirror. And whenever this gorilla spawns, it gives you Morse code. Here's some footage. Now I don't expect you to know Morse code, so I can go ahead and tell you that it says, "Too late for you now, we are too strong." Now I don't know who this is speaking for, but I can guess that it's either the monsters or some type of scientists. And there is this invisible wall that your hands can't go through, but your body can. And when you touch this mysterious gorilla, you'll get, not jump scared, but it'll crash your game. I'll show you.
There is a green monkey staring at us, screaming Morse code. Hey there,
Now the first time this happened to me, I almost threw my headset across the room because I was not expecting that. But now let's look at another map. Mountains has a giant pirate ship in the middle of it. I can't really explain that to you, but it's the pirate ship from Beach Map. And it has the same two monsters from the Forest map. The same skull that was in City is in all of the other maps, including Mountain. But like the gorilla in City, if you stay long enough, a gorilla that has the name Stalker will spawn. And I don't know if it does anything, because the first time I saw it, I ran. And next to the big tree in the middle, there's a skull, like the other skulls I've talked about, except it's glowing and it's red. But now let's look at caves. Like the other maps, there's a big skull in the middle. But this is a little different from the other maps, because instead of being glitchy gorillas, it's gorillas, but strangely jumbled up in the form of a spider, with eyes all over them.
No,
Oh, I see
I
him.
hear something.
Come on, guys.
Oh,
No! No!
he's
No!
inside the mouth of the skull. He's inside the mouth of the skull.
No. I'm leaving, bro. I'm leaving.
Oh, he killed him. He killed him.
As you can see, I did not like that at all. And last but not least, we have canyons, which I don't know why I was saving for last, because there's nothing really interesting here. It's the exact same case for caves, except it's in canyons. Except I did discover something here, and that's when you get killed by a spider, it starts eating you. I did not know that. And that's all we have, except for one very key detail I've been hiding from y'all. in city, there is a building that has the sign that says Lemon Labs. This building contains a portal. This is very interesting since behind this building, there's a gravestone that has Lemon's name on it. Now, we don't know what Lemon died from, but we can guess that it might have been because of his testing. But anyways, inside the portal, it leads us to a room.
Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave! Okay, we're waiting for Tweezy.
In this room, there's another portal, and then there's a different, like almost a tunnel. But I was too lazy to discover what's inside the tunnel, so now we're in the back rooms. This tells us that the scientists that we don't actually know if there was scientists, but if there was, then they made this portal that can somehow go to other universes, maybe realms. But either way, it tells us that they've been experimenting with going to other worlds. This can explain where the monsters came from. This also leads us to believe that the monsters, like the gorilla at the mirror, are communicating through us, through that gorilla at the mirror, through Morse code. So the story I've pieced together so far is that scientists were experimenting with other worlds. They somehow, either they created or they brought in new monsters that hate gorillas, and they're constantly trying to kill us. Now this may not be right, it may be completely opposite, but that's what I think it is, and if y'all want to try to figure this out yourself, you're completely welcome to. If you make any videos about this, just let me know and I'll watch it.
Oh my goodness, this is boring.